My name is Kiera Taylor, and I'm a student loan expert at the National Consumer Law Center. There are a number of important players in the federal student loan system. This video will help you understand who does what and where to go for help. Federal student aid is effectively the government's student loan bank. It is part of the U.S. Department of Education. It helps borrowers obtain federal loans and grants for college and manages student loan repayment for all federal student loans. It oversees student loan servicers, the third parties that hold federal student loans, and schools that receive federal student aid dollars. If you have a problem with your grants, federal loan balance or payments, your federal loan holder, your federal loan servicer, or your school, Federal Student Aid has a designated office to help. It is called the Ombuds Office. You can ask the Ombuds Office for help by submitting a complaint. The link to their website is in the description below. Different types of federal loans can have different holders or owners. Direct loans, the only loans issued today, are all held by the federal government. A third party can hold some of the older loan types. For example, Federal Family Education Loans, or FFEL loans, which stopped being issued in 2010, and Perkins loans, which stopped being issued in 2018, can be held either by the federal government or by third-party lenders. To learn more about who holds your federal student loans, see our video on student loan types and how to navigate your account on studentaid.gov. If you have a problem with a loan holder that is not the federal government, you can file a complaint with the Federal Student Aid Ombuds Office or your state attorney general. A loan servicer is the company that the loan holder or owner hires to handle the billing and other services on your student loans. Many companies service student loans, and some borrowers have more than one student loan servicer, even if they just owe federal student loans. You can check who services your federal loans by logging into studentaid.gov. Federal student loan servicers do not own your loans. They process your monthly payments for the government or loan holder and answer calls when you have questions. They often service both federal and private loans. They operate websites where you can log in and see your loan information and submit payments. A student loan servicer's customer service agent can help answer questions. They can also help you with several other things, like changing your payment due date, stopping automatic payments from your bank account, getting your loan records, allowing you to enroll in a new repayment plan, or signing up to pause your payments temporarily. However, you should be aware that while servicers can be helpful, they do not always provide the correct information about borrowers' rights. You should double-check studentaid.gov and studentloanborrowerassistance.org to ensure that what they told you about your rights is correct. If you think you aren't getting the right information or your servicer has made a mistake, you should ask to speak with a manager. If that still doesn't address your issue, you can file a complaint with Federal Student Aid Ombuds Office or the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Check out the links in the description below for their websites. Be ready for long call waiting times when calling your loan servicer. Also, you should regularly ensure that your servicer's contact information for you is up to date so that you do not miss any important notices or bills. Schools that receive federal student aid must be reviewed and approved by 3 entities before they can receive federal student aid dollars: the higher education agency in the state where the school operates, the U.S. Department of Education, and the school's accreditor. All 3 set standards that schools must follow. Accrediting agencies regulate how the school provides its educational programs and are responsible for the educational quality of the schools it accredits. The state's higher education office and state attorney general's job is to ensure that schools within the state follow their rules. They also protect students from institutions that engage in misleading or deceptive behavior. If any of the 3 entities remove their approval, the school can no longer receive federal student aid. If you suspect that your school has done something wrong, you can file a complaint with the Department of Education via the Federal Student Aid Ombuds Office, with your state's higher education agency or state attorney general, or with the school's accreditor. Filing complaints is an important way to raise the alarm about school misconduct. For example, you might file a complaint if your school misled you about how much a program would cost, lied about job opportunities after graduation, or how much graduates would earn, or they didn't process or disperse your federal student aid properly. For more information about your rights as a student loan borrower, please visit studentaid.gov and studentloanborrowerassistance.org, linked below.